Hi everyone, it is Kim from the Nerd Element, and I just got back from seeing The Amazing Spider-Man 2 just a couple of minutes ago, and I wanted to do a quick little review, non-spoiler of course, about the movie. And it's going to be very quick because I can't spoil anything for you guys, so I can't talk about most of it. Let's talk about the cast. So, Andrew Garfield is back, Emma Stone is back, you've got Sally Field is back, new characters played by Jamie Foxx and Dane DeHaan from Chronicle. So they're new to the mix. And I saw this movie in 3D, and I don't really see a lot of movies in 3D, just because after a while it bothers my eyes, and it's just, I feel like it takes away. But this movie was made for 3D. A lot of the scenes were done beautifully in 3D, and I didn't even really notice that I was watching a movie in 3D, which was really nice. There are a lot of Easter eggs in this movie. I'm not a big Spider-Man fan. I mean, I know enough about Spider-Man, but I know more about like X-Men and the Avengers, so I'm not really up to par with his story, but I know enough that I found a lot of the Easter eggs, and I can see that this movie is setting up for future movies. I'll just say that. I would pay attention to when Harry Osborn is looking on his computer. There's a list of files. You know, anytime you see a list like that, you need to try to read it as fast as possible because there are Easter eggs there. So just, I'm going to put that out there for you guys to take a look at. The story itself, the story was okay. I think what Spider-Man does well, and they did this in the first movie too, is that they make you feel for the characters. And I don't know if this is just the writing or if this is Andrew Garfield or a little bit of both, but you really, I feel like I care about Peter Parker / Spider-Man a lot. And the movies are really good about making you feel that way. The same thing with Emma Stone. In the first movie, it was more for his parents. Not his parents, I'm sorry, his aunt and uncle. So he felt that towards Sally Field. But this film, I feel like you feel more for Peter Parker and Emma Stone, because it kind of centers around them. I really like that because you know me, I'm big character development. And, okay, so Jamie Foxx, he did an okay job. I think a lot of the lines were kind of campy, and that might just be Spider-Man in general. He's kind of like a goofball. And so he says a lot of one-liners and campy stuff, and so to have the villains say one-liners and campy stuff kind of coincides with the rest of the film. So I guess or goes with the flow. So it makes sense. But for me, I'm just like, it's alright. I don't know. I didn't really care about, I didn't really get Jamie Foxx's character of Electro. I don't know why you would act that way. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. It wasn't believable to me. Whereas, like, I could see why Harry Osborn would act the way that he does in this film. Like, I can see that. It makes sense to me. So, there's mentions of a lot of villains in this movie. A lot of villains. Not just the ones you see, but listen, there's mention of more villains. You just gotta be quick to see them. They also give you sneak peeks of, like, villains, so make sure you look around when they show you things in the background. Look around. I'll just say that. There is a villain that they introduce in like the last 2 minutes of the movie. Not really keen on how that villain looked. Antonio on the Nerd Element, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm not really keen on how that villain looked, but hey, it's an introduction. Otherwise, I mean, I felt the movie was good. Like, I probably wouldn't go see it again, but I did enjoy it, so it was an enjoyable movie. I do recommend you guys go out and see it at least once. If you do see it in 3D. There are no end credit scenes. There's a scene midway through the credits, and it's just a scene of X-Men. It's nothing about Spider-Man or any kind of upcoming thing. and there's nothing at the very end, so don't need to sit through that. Okay, guys, that is my non-spoiler quick review of Spider-Man, or The Amazing Spider-Man, number 2. Like I said, they did set up some really good things, so you can see that the universe for Spider-Man is going to grow, and some exciting things coming up in that whole realm. So, alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye!